Hello everyone, my name is Vidhi Chauhan. I'm assistant professor in Gambia School of Pharmacy, which is a part of your Sri Gambia University. And today we are going to study about the topic aromatic acids. So in the last two lectures, we have already studied about the physical properties. What are the aromatic acids? And here we are going to study about this chemical reactions. So this aromatic acid, the unit comes in your pharmaceutical organic chemistry second. That comes in your organic B Farm third semester. And here, so the learning objective of this topic is here we are going to study about the aromatic acids. Like what are the aromatic acids? What are the chemical properties of this, physical properties of this benzoic acids, and the chemical reactions related to the benzoic acids. And the student outcome will be here that they are going to know about the aromatic acids they're also going to know about the products that are formed from the benzoic acid, that is your aromatic acid, by different mechanisms. Here we are doing the reactions, chemical reactions from the benzoic acid, and from this benzoic acid it will react with the different reagents, and then in the presence of a catalyst or not, and then the product formed from the benzoic acid by different mechanisms. And so let's start the topic. The chemical properties of your benzoic acid. Benzoic acid is a solid white crystalline substances that a substance that is chemically classified as an aromatic carboxylic acid. So here this benzoic acid is a solid in its state. Benzoic acid is your solid white crystalline substance and chemically classified as aromatic carboxylic acid. Chemically, it has been classified that it comes under the category of your aromatic carboxylic acid because the benzoic acid contains your their aromatic ring, and your upon the aromatic ring, it is having a COOH group bonded to the aromatic ring. That is why it is classified as an aromatic carboxylic acid, and the benzoic acid in its true form, that is present as a solid and white crystalline substance, means here its form is your state is your solid, and it is present as a, and the color of this benzoic acid is a white and the crystalline, it is present in a crystal form, and it is then comes under the category of your aromatic carboxylic acid, and its molecular formula may be written as C75606O2. Means here that the benzene, on the benzene ring, the your benzoic acid is on the benzoic ring. On the aromatic ring, the COOH group is function group is present. So here the carbon is 7. Total number of carbon in the chemical molecular formula is 7. Means here the aromatic, your benzene ring is having the 6 carbon, and the six carbon, and the 1 carbon is your COOH group. That is the function group that is attached on this aromatic ring. So the total number of carbon is your 7, and the hydrogen, which is your 6, means here that the 5 hydrogen that are present in the aromatic ring, 6th carbon has been replaced by the this carboxylic group. So here the 6th carbon will be the 6th hydrogen will be the hydrogen that is present on the carboxylic group. So here the 6th carbon or 6th hydrogen is present. Total number of hydrogen that are present in the benzoic acid is your 6, and oxygen that is present in the the carboxylic acid function group. So here 2 number of oxygen atoms are present. So the molecular formula of this benzoic acid can be written as your C7H6O2. Now, its chemical properties are based on the fact that each molecule consists of an acidic carboxylic group that is attached to an aromatic structure. So here the chemical properties of this benzoic acid is based on that fact that the molecule that is consisting of an acidic carboxylic group attached, because the acidic carboxylic group is attached to this aromatic ring structure. So the chemical properties is wholly depend upon that acidic carboxylic group that is present on the, or you can say that bonded or attached to an aromatic ring structure. So the carboxylic group can undergo reactions to form products such as salt, esters, and your acid halide. So this carboxylic groups undergo reactions, and these undergo reactions and they form a product. The products that are formed from this benzoic acid may be your salts, esters, and acid halide. So these type of products have been formed from this carboxylic group, and the aromatic ring can undergo reactions. So the aromatic ring that is to which the carboxylic group is attached can undergo reactions, and that is your sulfonation, nitration, and halogenation. So these the reactions that undergo due to the this carboxylic group that is attached to the aromatic ring are the products formed are such as your salt, esters, and acid halides are formed from this carboxylic group that is attached to the benzene aromatic ring, and the aromatic ring involves the reactions such as sulfonation, nitration, and halogenation. So again, this benzoic acid is a solid. It is present in a state of solid, not liquid, not gas, and white crystalline substances. The color of the crystals that are solid in nature. So these crystals or color is your white, and the chemically classified, and it comes under the category of this aromatic carboxylic acid. This benzoic acid is classified as an aromatic carboxylic acid, and its molecular formula, and the molecular formula may be written as your C7H602. So here the molecular formula of this whole benzoic acid means the aromatic plus your carboxylic group. The molecular formula is your maybe your C7H602, or you can write like that also C6H5COOH. So its chemical properties are based on that fact that the molecule consists of, and because this molecule, this benzoic acid is consisting of this acidic carboxylic group, and it is attached to an aromatic ring structure. Next, the carboxylic group. So the reactions that are undergoing with this carboxylic group are the products that are formed from the salt, the products that are formed such as your salt, esters, and acid halide. And the aromatic ring, this aromatic ring is undergoing reactions that are sulfonation, nitration, and halogenation. Next is your molecular structure. So the molecular structure of this aromatic carboxylic acid is your, among aromatic carboxylic acid, benzoic acid has the simplest molecular structure. So this aromatic carboxylic acid, so whole in all the among all the aromatic carboxylic acid, this benzoic acid has the simplest molecular structure. It is having the simplest molecular structure in which a single carboxylic group, the carboxylic group, is attached to the carbon atom of a benzene ring. So this benzene ring, on the benzene ring, the carbon atom is attached, and carbon atom is attached to this benzene ring, and the benzene molecule, this molecular formula is C6. So the benzene molecular formula is your C6H6, and is made up of an aromatic ring of 6 carbon atoms. So here with a hydrogen atom attached to each carbon atom. So in this, the benzene molecule, which is attached with this carboxylic group, is having a formula that is it is having a molecular formula that is your C6H6, and it is made up of your aromatic ring, and this aromatic ring is having a 6 carbon atom. This benzene molecule is made up of the aromatic ring of your 6 carbon atom. With a hydrogen atom, it is having a hydrogen atom that is attached to each carbon atom. So this benzene molecule has a 6 carbon atom, and this all the 6 carbon atoms are attached with the 6 hydrogen atoms to each carbon atom. So in the benzoic acid molecule, the COO group replaces one of the hydrogen atom on the aromatic ring. To indicate this structure, the molecular formula of this benzoic acid is this and is often written as this. So in this benzoic acid molecule, the COOH group replaces, so this carboxylic group replaces one of the hydrogen atom from this aromatic ring. Either it can replace from the C1 carbon or C2 carbon. And the hydrogen atom replaced by this COOH group from this aromatic ring. And to indicate the structure, so we have to show the structure of this benzoic acid, and to indicate this, the molecular formula of this benzoic acid is your C7H6O2, and it is often written as, and it can be written as your C6H5COOH. So the chemical formula properties of benzoic acid are based on their molecular structure, and in particular, the reaction of benzoic acid can involve modification of the carboxylic group or the aromatic ring. So here, the chemical properties of this benzoic acid are based on their molecular structure. In particular, the reaction of benzoic acid can involve modification. So here, there will be a modification of this carboxylic group or the aromatic ring. So these chemicals, so the chemical properties of the benzoic acid are based on the molecular structure. So this structure, on this basis of this structure, the reaction will continue. Firstly, the benzoic acid can involve the carboxylic acid, carboxylic function group, or the aromatic ring. So here, among all the aromatic carboxylic groups, the benzoic acid is having the simple molecular structure, because it is having only single carboxylic group, and which is directly attached. And this single carboxylic group is directly attached to the benzene ring, and the benzene molecule is made up of this benzene, because the benzene molecule is made up of your aromatic ring of 6 carbon atom. The benzene is having the 6 carbon atom, and each 6 carbon atom is attached with a hydrogen atoms to each carbon atom. So in this case, in benzoic acid case, the carboxylic group replaces your hydrogen atom from the benzene ring. And to indicate the structure, the molecular formula of benzoic acid is your C7H6O2. And in this, we can write like this can often be written as your C6H5COOH. Here you can see the C6H5 is indicating the aromatic ring, and COOH is indicating the carboxylic group that is attached, that is a functional group that is attached to this aromatic ring. So the chemical properties of this benzoic acids are based on its molecular structure, and the reactions of benzoic acid can involve both modification of the carboxylic group as well as your aromatic ring. Next, these are the reactions of your benzoic acid. So here the reaction is based on the COOH group that is involved in the reaction. So here you can see in the first reaction that is your benzoic acid ester formation. In the second reaction, there is a benzoic acid amide formation. In the third reaction, that is your benzoyl chloride formation. And in the fourth, that is your benzoic acid anhydride formation. So these type of reactions of this chemical reactions of this benzoic acid are involving the modification of the COOH group. That is your COOH functional group. Next, the salt formation. So here, in the salt formation, the acidic portion of benzoic acid is the carboxylic group, and it reacts with the base to form a salt. So here we need a base so that there will be a formation of the salt. For example, it reacts with sodium hydroxide to form sodium benzoate. So here you can see when this benzoic acid is reacted with the sodium hydroxide, there is the formation of the sodium benzoate, and which is an ionic compound, and both benzoic acid and your sodium benzoate are used as your food preservatives. So both of them, benzoic acid as well as the sodium benzoate, both are used as a food preservatives. So here, this salt formation, you can see the acidic portion. The acidic portion is your COOH that is attached to this aromatic ring. This is your acidic portion, that is your carboxylic functional group, and it will react with this bases. Here we have shown the two reactions. Bases are your NaOH and Na2CO3, and here there is a formation of the salt. So the salt is formed here. So the salt is formed here. For example, it is reacting with this sodium hydroxide, or it is reacting with the sodium carbonate. And in both the form, there is a formation of the sodium benzoate, which is your ionic compound. This is your ionic compound, and both benzoic acid and your sodium benzoates are used as your food preservative. So here you can see this is your first reaction, a chemical reaction of chemical reaction of benzoic acid, and this is involving the acidic character of this benzoic acid. So here you can see on the benzoic aromatic ring, the COOH group is present. That is why it is known as benzoic acid. Benz means your benzene ring. Oic means it's carboxylic acid that is attached to this aromatic ring, or you can say the benzene ring. So oic acid is your carboxylic acid, and we uses the suffix in the suffix when this carboxylic group is attached to any of the carbon chain, or you can say any of the aromatic group, or any of the alkyl group. So here this is your benzoic acid, and when it is reacting with the sodium hydroxide, this is your NaOH or Na2CO3, then there is a formation of the sodium benzoate, and you can see the sodium NaOH will dissociate into Na positive and OH negative, and in this benzoic acid, this H will lose its electron to the oxygen, and oxygen will get the negative charge. Here the oxygen will get the negative charge, and H will give its electron to this oxygen, and this will form a H plus proton, and this oxygen will get the negative charge. Same case, this is NaOH. In this case, there will be a NaOH. So their dissociation is your Na positive and OH negative. Now this OH negative and this H proton will react with each other, because this is plus and this is negative. So they will both will react with each other, and there is a formation of this water molecule. So a water molecule is formed here. So the water molecule formed here, this is your H2O, and after that this O will react with this sodium. So here there is a formation of this sodium benzoate, which is containing O negative and Na positive. So this is your sodium benzoate. This is your salt of this acid. So this salt is of your acid, and this is your H2O, that is your water molecule that is evolved out from here. Secondly, it is your benzoic acid, and it is this Na2CO3. So in this case also, this Na will remove out, Na will get the positive, and the CO3 will get the negative charge. So here you will see, sorry, not this CO2, CO3. So here you will see this H will remove out from here, and this H will remove out from here, and this sodium will react with this. And after that, CO2 is formed here, and there is a formation of the sodium benzoate. So the mechanism of this reaction is given here. So here you will see that the in the case of your sodium hydroxide, the sodium hydroxide, this NaOH, from this NaOH, this NaOH, from this NaOH, this OH negative will withdraw because there is a dissociation in this NaOH. So this Na will get the positive, and OH will get the negative charge, and this OH will react with this H, and this H will give its electron to this oxygen, and oxygen withdraw electron from this hydrogen, and it will get the negative charge. After that, there is a removal of this water molecule, and this sodium will react with this O negative. So here there is a formation of this sodium benzoate salt, the product that is formed from this benzoic acid. Next is your esterification of your benzoic acid. So in the esterification of your benzoic acid, you can see here the acid catalyzed reaction. The acid catalyzed reaction between a carboxylic acid and an alcohol to give an ester and water. The alcohol is usually used as a solvent and therefore present in excess. The acid must be strong. Sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, or p-toluene sulfonic acid are often used for this purpose. So in this, the esterification of this benzoic acid, the acid here act as a catalyst for the reaction, and this is the acid catalyzed reaction because the acid is catalyzing the reaction. Okay, acid is catalyzing the reaction between your carboxylic acid and alcohol. So here we are getting an ester as well as a water molecule. So the alcohol is usually used as the solvent. So here alcohol, we have used alcohol as a solvent and therefore present in excess. This alcohol is present in excess amount, and the acid due to which the reaction is catalyzing. So this acid here can be your sulfuric acid, your phosphoric acid. So this acid must be your strong acid. So here we have taken your sulfuric acid, or you can take the phosphoric acid, or your p-toluene sulfonic acid are often used here. So here in the esterification, as the name signifies that esterification here is the formation of this ester from this acid-base reaction. So here in the reaction, you can say that this benzoic acid is your carboxylic acid, and this CH3OH is your methanol. And this, when they both react, because this methanol is in excess amount, so when they both react, there is in the presence of an acid, that is your H2SO4, we have taken here sulfuric acid. There is a formation of this ester, which is your methyl benzoate, and the water molecule is formed from here. So this is your esterification of benzoic acid. Next, the mechanism of this esterification. Firstly, you will see that there is a dissociation of sulfuric acid, which will produce H positive ion, which can be used to protonate the carbonyl group in benzoic acid. So in this case, the sulfuric acid is acting as a catalyst. So from the sulfuric acid that is having the structure H2SO4. So from H2SO4, this H positive will dissociate, and the H positive and HSO4 minus. So here the H positive is your proton that will protonate the carbonyl group. So it will protonate the carbonyl group because the oxygen is having a lone pair. So that lone pair protonate the carbonyl group in benzoic acid, and the carbonyl group, that is the carbonyl group, is protonated reversely and cause the positive charge of carbonyl group to be increased. So here, if this proton is attached to this oxygen atom, which is having a lone pair, so this carbonyl group is now having a positive charge. So here, the carbonyl positive, due to the positive charge, the carbonyl group is increased, and thus this increases. Due to this, there will be an increase in the reactivity of this carbonyl group and towards the nucleophile. So here you will see that the oxygen will withdraw electron from this carbon atom because it is having the positive charge, due to which there will be a reactivity, increase in reactivity in this carbonyl group towards the nucleophile, because the nucleophile is having more electrons. That is why due to the presence of this proton on the oxygen atom, which occupies its lone pair, the oxygen will get the positive charge. After that, oxygen is having the positive charge. It will withdraw electron from this carbon atom. So here this carbon, that is your carbonyl carbon. This oxygen when is attached to this proton, it is having the positive charge. After that, it will withdraw electron from this carbon atom, and this carbon atom will get the positive charge. So after positive charge, then this positive charge, the nucleophile, then this nucleophile which is having more electron, which is having the capability to donate the electron, this will attack this carbon atom, this carbonyl carbon. So the CO double bond is broken in order to stabilize the OH positive group. So here this CO double bond will break. Now it will break in order so that it can stabilize. So that it can stabilize this OH group, so that it can stabilize this OH positive. So in the benzoic acid molecule. After that, when this carbon will get the positive charge, this methanol, which is acting as your nucleophile, will attack to this carbon atom. It will attack to this position, to this carbonyl position. Next, in the step 2, you will see the methanol successfully attack this carbonyl group and a carbonyl group to form a new CO bond to the carboxylic group in the benzoic acid, so that there will be a formation of this tetrahedral intermediate, and this is called nucleophilic addition, or and this we called as your nucleophilic addition. So in this, the nucleophilic addition means when the methanol, which was acting as a nucleophile, this nucleophile when attached to the carbonyl group, or you can say to the carbonyl carbon, to form a CO bond, new CO bond to the carbonyl group in the benzoic acid, and there is a formation of the tetrahedral intermediate. So here you can see this is your tetrahedral intermediate is formed, and this is known as your nucleophilic addition because the nucleophile is added to this position. So this is your tetrahedral intermediate. So the oxygen atom in the carboxylic group in benzoic acid is more electronegative due to its lone pair electron. So the oxygen atom that is present in the carboxyl groups are more electronegative. These are more electronegative because they are having a lone pair electron present in them. So the lone pair electron in the particular electron attracts the hydrogen atom from the methanol to form oxygen ion. So here you can see this hydrogen that was present in the methanol, and you can see the carbonyl group, the oxygen atoms are present that are more electronegative, and this oxygen is also having a lone pair of electrons. So after this hydrogen loses its electron to this oxygen, which is your electronegative, this hydrogen will go and it will go and it will attach to this OH because it is having a lone pair. That is why here this oxygen will get the positive charge. So because 1, 2, 3, and it is having a lone pair. So here it will withdraw, it will give its electron to this oxygen, or this oxygen will withdraw electron from this hydrogen, and this hydrogen will react with this OH. So here there is a formation of this oxygen ion. So this oxygen ion is formed. Now the oxygen atom in the methanol become unstable, and hence the CH bond will tend to be broken. So here the electron between the CH bond will delocalize to the oxygen atom of the methanol, and the formation of oxygen ion in the carboxyl group in benzoic acid tend to be released from the intermediate to form water. So here when this hydrogen attacks to this OH, then there is a formation of this water molecule. You can see here H2O. So this H2O will remove out from here now. It will get released from this structure of this benzoic acid, and eventually another hydroxyl group will donate the lone pair to the attached oxygen atom to form a stable interval. Now, if this water molecule is removed out from here, then this carbon will be will become unstabilized. So here it will become unstabilized. So to stabilize it, another oxygen atom. This is this oxygen atom. This oxygen atom will donate its electron to this lone pair. It will donating its electron to this lone pair. No, sorry, this electron, this oxygen that is having a lone pair. This oxygen is having a OH hydroxyl group is having a lone pair. So it will donate its this lone pair to form a bond. So here there is a formation of the bond and there is a formation of a stable intermediate is formed here. Next is your step 3. In the step 3, the hydrogen atom is the ester intermediate will be attached the acid in diagram 3 and the acid catalyzed is degenerated. Thus, finally the methyl benzoate is formed. So after that, when it's donated its electron, this lone pair to this forming in a bond, then you will see this hydrogen will this oxygen will withdraw electron. This oxygen will get the positive charge. So here this oxygen will withdraw electron from this hydrogen and there is a formation of this ester group. So here you can see the ester is formed here. After that, this hydrogen which is removed from this oxygen, it will get attached to the sulfuric acid. It will attach to the acid catalyzed is regenerated, means here then HSO4 negative will take this hydrogen from here and the catalyst that we are using is your sulfuric acid will remove out as it is which it was used in the first step. How after that it will remove as it is as in the last step of the reaction. But here the note we have to note it that during esterification the hydrolysis process start to begin once the ester is being produced. So here during esterification, we see that the hydrolysis process will also start as the ester formation is being produced. So the water produced in the esterification is used back in the hydrolysis to hydrolyze the ester to form carboxylic acid and alcohol. The process is a continuous reversible process until the equilibrium is reached. The hydrolysis process would be the following reaction. So here during esterification, the hydrolysis process also starts to begin once the ester is formed. After that, this water which is produced during the esterification is used back in the reversible reaction, or you can say in the hydrolysis of this to hydrolyze the ester. So this ester is again hydrolyzes and we will get our this benzoic acid as well as our methanol. So we are getting from this ester, we are getting this benzoic acid and this methanol. So this is a reversible reaction and it will continue. This process will continue until our equilibrium is reached. Until that, this reaction will continue in a reversible process and the hydrolysis process would be the following reaction. So here you can see this methyl benzoate, which is your ester, is hydrolyzed by this water molecule, and there is a formation of this benzoic acid and this methanol. So this is this acidification reaction is your reversible reaction. It is a reversible process and it is continue until the equilibrium is reached in this process. So this is your esterification. So first we have done the salt formation. In our salt formation, there is a formation of a salt of the benzoic acid, which is your sodium benzoate, and both benzoic acid as well as your sodium benzoate, both are used as a food preservative. And second reaction is your esterification. And in the esterification, we have there are the carboxylic acid and hydroxyl acid. So both of this reacted in the presence of a catalyst, which is your acid catalyst, and it is a very strong. It should be very strong. This catalyst should be very strong, and the catalyst that is used here is your H2SO4. And in the presence of this catalyst H2SO4, this carboxylic acid and this alcohol is reacted, and there is a formation of the product that is your ester and water molecule. And again, the water molecule that is hydrolyzed, that is formed, the hydrolysis process the hydrolysis process started, then this ester is formed. During esterification, the ester is formed. After that, the formation of this ester, the hydrolysis started. So now from the ester, there is a hydrolysis of this ester molecule, and the ester will again convert or will be reversed into the this carboxylic acid and your methanol. In the presence of this water, there will be a hydrolyze. It will hydrolyze the ester, and there is a formation of this carboxylic acid and your alcohol. And this is a continuous reversible process until there is a equilibrium is reached. The hydrolysis process must under acidic or basic condition. So this is also should be under the acidic or the basic condition in order to break down the stable ester molecule, so that there will be a breakage in the ester molecule. So there is also a presence of this water and acidic and the basic condition. So to avoid the hydrolysis process, water could be removed from the mixture. If we want to avoid this hydrolysis process, then we have to remove the water molecule from this mixture. So according to the Le-Chatelet principle, the equilibrium position will shift to the product side if water is removed. So if the water is removed from the reaction, then the equilibrium reaction will be shifted to the product side, means to the ester side. Another method to increase yield of ester is by adding more alcohol into the mixture. If we add more alcohol in this mixture, then there will be a formation or there will be an increase in the yield of the ester. Hence, more ester could be generated when the amount of alcohol increases, and this shifted to the product side, means to the ester side. So here this hydrolysis process is given. Here you can see the water molecule from the water molecule is dissociated, and OH negative will attach to the carbon position, and it will act as a nucleophile. So the oxygen will get the withdraw electron from this carbon, and it will get the negative charge, and carbon will get the positive charge. So this positive will react with this OH negative, and there is a formation of this intermediate. And after that, this intermediate, this OCH3 will withdraw its electron from this carbon atom, and to stabilize this carboxylic, then this oxygen will again give its lone pair to this formation of this double bond. So here the double bond will be formed, and this OCH3 will react with the H positive that was dissociated from this water molecule. And you can see here there is a formation of this carboxylic as well as this methanol. Next, third reaction is your acyl halide formation. So in this, you will see the benzoic acid is reacting with this phosphorus pentachloride, or you can say the thionyl chloride, and there is a formation of this benzoyl chloride. So in this, you will see the benzoic acid is reacting with this PCl5, this is your phosphorus pentachloride, and there is a formation of this benzoyl chloride. So here OH will remove out from here, and the chlorine will add it to this position. And POCl3 is formed and HCl is formed. So in this, the benzoic acid in the presence of your thionyl chloride, again there is a formation of this benzoyl chloride, and SO2 is formed, and sulfur dioxide is formed, plus your HCl is formed. So in both the reaction, there is a formation of this benzoyl chloride from this benzoic acid, which is your acyl halide. This benzoyl halide chloride is your acyl halide, and it is formed from this benzoic acid with the reaction with the phosphorus pentachloride and sulfur thionyl chloride. Next, this is the mechanism. So here you can see the benzoic acid. This Cl will removed out from here from this sulfur thionyl chloride, and it will react to this. This O will react to this carbon atom, and there is a form of intermediate. After that, this chlorine, which is removed from this thionyl chloride, it will attack to this carbon atom, this position of the carbon atom. So, and there is a formation of this intermediate. This intermediate form. After that, this oxygen will withdraw electron from here, and this hydrogen will move out from here, and this oxygen electrons will shift to this position, and there is a formation of the double bond. And this whole structure will be moved out from here. This SO2 and HCl is removed out from here. So the fourth reaction is your reduction of benzoic acid to your benzoyl alcohol. So here there is a formation of this benzoyl alcohol. So this is your benzoic acid undergoes reduction with lithium aluminium hydride, and there is a formation of this benzyl alcohol. So here you will see the benzoic acid in the presence of this lithium aluminium hydride, which is your Lewis catalyst, and this is a hydronium ion. So here there is a formation of this benzyl alcohol. So the mechanism of this reduction of benzoic acid to your benzoic alcohol is your this. Firstly, there is a deprotonation. So firstly, there is a deprotonation is happening here. You will see here, this lithium will remove out from here and it will get reacted to this position. So this hydrogen will proton from will move out from here and it will form a hydrogen gas. And after that here, AlH3 is formed here. So here this lithium will attach to this position. After that, in the second step, you will see the nucleophile will attack by the hydride ion. So this is your hydride ion and it will react to this carbon atom, which is your electrophile. And this will attach, or this hydrogen will get attached to this position. After that, this aluminium will attach to this oxygen atom. Then in the third step, you will see the leaving group removal. So here this group is removed out from here, and here from here this is removed from here. So there is a formation of this benzyl benzyl. What is this formation? There is a formation of this benzyl alcohol. So there is a formation of this aldehyde is formed here, CHO, and this lithium and oxygen, these are forming a bond here. Next, in the next step, in the fourth step, there is a reaction. There is an attack by the hydride ion. Again, this hydride ion will react to this, and there is a hydrogen that will withdraw electron from this aluminium, and there is a H negative charge, and this H negative will react with this C carbon positive, and there is a formation of this intermediate. After that, the alkoxide ion is protonated. So from there, water molecule, this H will attack to this position, and there is a formation of this alcohol. You can see CH2OH. So here this is formed. So in the fifth reaction, you will see there is a decarboxylation of this benzoic acid. Here, this benzoic acid forms a alkali. After that, there is a formation of this benzene. When this benzoic acid is reacting with this alkali, there is a formation of this benzene plus your CO2. When it is reacting with the catalyst, that is your quinoline acid, there is a formation of this benzene and carbon dioxide. The third reaction, there is a catalyst hydrogen. When we are adding this hydrogen to this benzoic acid, there is a formation of this benzene ring. Because here you will see the name decarboxylation, means decarboxylation, COO will remove out from here. So here there is this carbon dioxide will remove out, this COO will remove out, and there is a formation of this carbon dioxide. After that, in your fourth reaction, this reaction is happening in the presence of this catalyst and NO2, and there is a formation of this benzene. After that, hydrothermally, this is converting this benzoic acid to this benzene. After that, in the presence of this catalyst, Cu copper oxide and hydrothermal is also happening here, and there is a formation of this benzene molecule. So these are the 5 chemical reactions that is happening due to the modification in the carboxyl group. Next, the proposed mechanism begins with hydrogen extraction by the hydroxyl radical, which itself is formed by the CO2 catalyst, reduction of dioxygen by ascorbic acid. So here the mechanism is shown here. So here you will see this is the OH ion, and this will free radical. This will react with this. This will react with this hydrogen, and there is a formation, and this will withdraw electron from here. After that, it is having a free radical formed here, this benzene, by the removal of this hole, and this OH has taken this H. After that, there is a decarboxylation, and there is a formation of the CO2, and this is not having any there is a free radical form. So after that, when this H and OH will dissociate from here, this H will react with this ion, and there is a formation of this benzene ring. So next is your substitution of the hydroxyl hydrogen. So here this reaction class could be termed as your electrophilic substitution at oxygen, and it is defined as follows. E is an electrophile. So here there is an electrophilic substitution. The electrophile will substitute here at oxygen atom, and some example of the substitution are provided in reaction equation 1 to 4. So here you will see if E is a strong electrophile as the first equation, it will attack the nucleophile oxygen of the carboxylic acid directly, and it will give a positively charged intermediate which will lose a proton. And if E is a weak electrophile, if it is a weak electrophile such as your alkyl halide, then it will convert the carboxylic acid to more nucleophilic carboxylate anion to facilitate the substitution. So here this E, if this electrophile is your strong, then if this is your strong, then it will attack the nucleophilic oxygen of the carboxylic acid, and it will give a positively charged intermediate that will lose this hydrogen atom. And if this is a weak electrophile, then there is a alkyl halide, and it will convert the carboxylic acid to a nucleophilic carboxylic anion. So there is a formation to facilitate the substitution. So this is the procedure that is used in the second and the third reaction. And equation 4 will illustrate the uses of the reagent diazomethane for the preparation of methyl esters. This toxic and explosive gas is always used as an ether solution, and the reaction is being followed by the evaluation of nitrogen gas and the disappearance of the reagent color. And this reaction is believed to proceed by the rapid bonding of a strong nucleophile to a carboxylate ion. So here you will see these are the reactions that is happening due to this diazomethane. And when this diazomethane is reacting with this carboxylic benzoic acid, and in the presence of the ether, there is a formation of this ester formed here, and the nitrogen gas is evolved. So here alkyne may also serve as an electrophile. So alkyne are also here. You have seen this alkene. This is the structure of alkene. So here the alkynes are also can be used as a electrophile in substitution reaction of this kind. And there is a formation of a vinyl acetate after the reaction with this acetylene. An intermolecular carboxylic group addition to the alkyne generate esters known as lactones. So this is the lactone is a 5-membered gamma and the 6-membered delta. Electrons are mostly commonly formed. And electrophilic species are acidic and halogens, which initiators of electronization. And even the weak nucleophile iodine also initiate this electronization of gamma, delta minus delta, and unsaturated acids also. Next is the oxidation. So here there is an oxidation happening in the presence of this catalyst, that is a carbon tetrachloride. So it is already in a high oxidation state. So further oxidation removes the carboxyl group as a carbon dioxide. Depending on the reaction condition, the oxidation state of the remaining organic structure may be higher or lower or unchanged. And there is these are the example of your decarboxylation. So in this first, there is a bromine that will replace the carboxyl group. So both the carboxylic carbon atom and the remaining oxygen moiety are oxidized due to the presence of this bromine, and there is a formation of this cyclobromine. So silver salt have also been initiate this transformation, and this is known as Hundiker reaction. So the second reaction is an interesting bus decarboxylation. You can see here this decarboxylation is happening, in which the oxygen organic residue retain the original oxidation state. So it will retain its oxidation state. Lead tetraacetate. This lead tetraacetate will oxidize the monocarboxylic acid in a manner to the reaction first. And finally, the third example is your decarboxylation of beta keto acid. So in this, you will see the organic residue is reduced to here. Next are your questions. So the first question is the reaction of carboxylic acid with sodium bicarbonate produces what? Which help it to the initiated from phenol. So that is your CO2. Next is the pK value is equivalent to minus log Ka. Next is if the pK value of acetic acid is 4.76, then the pK value of HCl is -7. So what is the relation between the acidic strength of A and B? So here A is less than your B because it is your electron withdrawing group. This is your electron withdrawing group and this is your electron donating group. Next is your, which of the following is the stronger acid? So acetic acid is your stronger acid. Which of the following is the strongest acid? Then this is your CCl3COOH is your strongest acid. Which of the following has the highest pK value? So this is your iodoacetic acid has the highest pK value. Which of the following will have the highest acidic strength? That is your B, that is your 2-chlorobutanoic acid. What is the correct order of acidity of the following? That is your propoylic acid, alkylic acid, and then the acetic acid. And which of the following is the most acidic? That is your B-O-tolic acid. This is the most acidic. So these are some of the references from where you can study this topic. And in the next lecture, we will study about the reactions that are happening due to the modification of the aromatic rings. Thank you so much for today's lecture.